Hello everyone, welcome you all for the online classes of design of masonry and steel structure subject. So last class we have studied about the problems related to analysis of dam, and we have completed two problems. So in this video I will explain you about the third problem, which is having a slight difference. Okay, so let me read out the problem which has been given. So problem number 3, a masonry dam trapezoidal in section with vertical water face is 16 meter high. The base width of the dam is 8 meter and top width is 3 meters. Find number 1, resultant thrust on the base per meter width. Second one, point where the resultant cuts the base. Number 3, pressure intensities when the dam is full. Take density of masonry and water as 25 kilonewton per meter cube and 10 kilonewton per meter cube. Assume water may rise to the top level of the dam. So this is the problem given. Okay, so as per the problem given, so the dam is trapezoidal in section. So first let us write down the given details. Okay, so as per the given details of the problem, the total height of the dam, it has been mentioned as 16 meters, and the base width is given as 8 meter. The top width is given as 3 meter. Density of masonry 25 kilonewton per meter cube. Density of water 10 kilonewton per meter cube. And the condition, last condition, that is assume water may rise to the top level of the dam, means the water, it will rise to the top level of the dam, to the top. So here water level, that is given by small h, we have to take as equal to total height of the dam, that is nothing but 16 meters. Okay, so after writing down the given details, as usual we have to draw the diagram of the dam. Okay, so it has been mentioned that the dam is trapezoidal in section, so with water face vertical. So here we are storing the water on the upstream side, so the water face, it will be vertical. Top width is given as 3 meter, bottom width is given as 8 meter. The total height of the dam is given as 16 meter, and the height of water which we are storing, it is also equal to the total height, that is 16 meters. So based on the given details, we have to draw the diagram of the dam. So after drawing the diagram of the dam, let us start with the solution part. Okay, so as usual, how we have solved in the previous two problems, problem number 1 and problem number 2, this is also almost a similar type problem. Okay, only one twist has been given, that we have to calculate the resultant thrust. Here number 1, what he has asked is, we have to calculate a resultant thrust on the base per meter width. Okay, so that is only the twist which has been given in this problem. Remaining the entire steps will be same. So as usual, the step number 1 will be, we have to calculate the weight of the dam per unit length. So that is denoted by capital W. So we know the equation, capital W is equals to rho into A plus B divided by 2 into H, where rho is density of masonry, A top width, B bottom width, and H is nothing but total height. Okay, so weight of the dam, when we substitute all the values, we calculate the value as 2200 kilonewtons. Okay, so after determining the weight of the dam, the second step is, we have to calculate total pressure per unit length, which is denoted by P. So to calculate total pressure, we have the equation as a small w into small h square divided by 2, where w is density of water and h is height of water stored in the dam. So w, it is given as 10 kilonewton per meter square, and height of the water is 16. So when we substitute the values, we get the value of total pressure P is equals to 1280 kilonewtons. Okay, so after calculating these two values, that is weight of the dam and the total pressure, we will find the resultant thrust, which is the first unknown which has been asked to calculate, that is resultant thrust on the base of dam per meter length. So resultant thrust, the equation is resultant is given by R. So R is equals to under root of W square, capital W square plus P square, okay, where capital W is nothing but the weight of the dam per unit length and P is total pressure which we have calculated, okay. So when we substitute the values, so W we have calculated it as 2200, so 2200 square plus pressure is 1280, so 1280 square under root of 2200 square plus 1280 square. When we calculate, we get the value of resultant R is equals to 2545.27 kilonewtons. So this is the first unknown which we have calculated, that is nothing but the resultant thrust. So after calculating the first unknown resultant thrust, again the problem involves similar steps. So step number 3, we have to calculate the point where resultant cuts the base. It is nothing but in the earlier problem we had calculated the distance, okay. We have calculated the distance from where the resultant will be acting from the heel of the dam. So it is nothing but same. So point where resultant cuts the base. So it is given by equation Z is equals to x bar plus h by 3 into P by W. So here we have to calculate the value of x bar. So x bar, we know the equation, x bar is equals to a square plus ab plus b square divided by 3 times a plus b. So here a is nothing but top width and b is the bottom width. So when we substitute the values of top and bottom width, we get the value of x bar as 2.94 meter. So after calculating the value of x bar, that is 2.94, substitute the same value in the equation for z, okay. So x bar is 2.94 plus small h, it is nothing but 16, so 16 divided by 3 into P. P is nothing but the total pressure, we have calculated it as 1280, and W is nothing but the weight of the dam which is 2200. So when we substitute the values, we get the value of Z, that is the point where the resultant cuts the base. That distance we have calculated it as 6.04 meter, okay. So after calculating the value of Z, we will move to the next step, that is step number 4. So coming over in step number 4, we calculate the value of eccentricity which is denoted by small e, okay. So earlier in the problem number 1 and problem number 2, the condition was given when calculate the pressure intensities when dam is full and dam is empty. But here in this problem only one condition is given, that is calculate the pressure intensities when the dam is full. So in the step number 4, eccentricity when the dam is full, the equation is Z minus of B by 2. E is equals to Z minus B by 2. So Z is nothing but the distance where the resultant cuts the base. B is nothing but the base width of the dam. So when we substitute the values, we get the answer of eccentricity as 2.04 meter. So after calculating the eccentricity, the fifth step is we have to calculate the pressure intensities, that is P max and P minimum. So P max when the dam is full, the equation is W by B into 1 plus 6E into 6E divided by B. So W is the weight of the dam, B is base width of the dam, E is eccentricity. So when we substitute all the values, we get the value of maximum pressure at the base as 695.75 kilonewton per meter square. And in minimum pressure intensity, we have the equation as W by B into 1 minus 6E divided by B. Okay. So when we substitute the values of all the equations, we get the value of minimum pressure intensity, P minimum is equals to minus 145.75 kilonewton per meter square. So here the value of maximum pressure is positive 695 and the value of P minimum is negative, that is minus 145.75. So after calculating the pressure intensities, the last step is we have to draw the pressure intensity diagram. Okay. So once again we have to draw the section of the diagram showing all the details, that is top width, bottom width, height of water stored and total height of the dam. So after drawing this diagram, so we have to go for the stress diagram. Okay, that is pressure intensity diagram. So here, as we know that when we are storing the water on the upstream side, okay, so when we are storing the water on the upstream side, this water will act the pressure on the body wall of the dam. So due to this pressure, the maximum pressure will be at the toe of the dam, while the minimum pressure will be at the heel of the dam. Always remember, when the dam is full, maximum pressure will be at the toe and minimum pressure will be at the heel. And when the dam is empty, maximum pressure will be at the heel and minimum pressure will be at the toe. Okay, it will be reverse. So based on the condition, so maximum pressure as we have calculated, it is 695.75, which will be at the toe of the dam, and this is the pressure intensity diagram for P max. And minimum pressure, as it is in negative, it will be above the neutral axis. So P minimum is 145.75, which will be acting at the heel of the dam. So if we draw this diagram, this completes the problem. So students, I request you all to go through the problem clearly. If any doubts, you can call me or you can message me anytime, so that I will be able to clear your doubts. And this is an important problem which will be frequently or compulsory problem, which will be carrying 15 marks in your question paper. So be serious, work hard and concentrate on your studies. Because of this pandemic, it is not possible for us to conduct offline classes. Hence, I request you all to cooperate with the staff members, and also your 5th semester exams which have been postponed due to this pandemic, they may be scheduled any time after the lockdown is lifted. So I insist you all to go through the 5th semester syllabus and to revise the subjects which you have studied in your 5th semester. So as you people are in your final year, you will not be given any relaxation. So please go through the subjects of your 5th semester. Be prepared for your 5th semester final exams, which may be scheduled after the lockdown is lifted. Thank you.